Okay, everyone is about to clown on me super hard because I said I'm done with this topic literally 3 days ago, and a bunch of comments were like, no, you're not, you'll be back. Well, I'm back. But I did say that I was only done unless something pulled me back in, and holy hell, I had no idea that things would go this pear shaped this quickly. I don't really think I need to explain what Earth 2 is yet again, because anyone who cares to watch this will probably already know. But for the bullet points, Earth 2 is digital real estate where you buy and sell squares on Google Maps in the hope of getting rich. It's a joke and it might be legal, strictly speaking, but it's just a ridiculous thing that ridiculous people support. And honestly, we don't even know what's legal anymore in this brave new world of digital FOMO, so there's that. During the saga of Earth 2, and there's a bunch of videos on it, quite a few YouTubers have gotten involved. Big Fry TV, Sid Alpha, myself, and even much larger channels like Moist Critical. The project has become a focal point for probably millions of people, maybe even tens of millions. And on one side is the critics, while on the other are the fans. The whole thing kinda spun out and the wheels really did fall off. First, it was just YouTubers, myself included, saying, hey, this is pretty dumb, there are problems here, hey, the TOS is sketchy, this doesn't seem very safe, pay attention. Then it turned into war, according to one of the largest self-proclaimed investors and influencers helping the project, who also moderates for the developers, by the way. And now we have a recording of a developer for the project, a proven bad faith actor named Various Benson, who also goes by a couple of other names as well, such as Tanner Rosankovic, I think, in which he claims a whole lot of things. Here's the gist of it. By name, he says that the developers, spearheaded by the CEO, Shane Isaac, are composing a lawsuit with $4-ish million to fund it, aimed directly at the YouTubers who have been criticizing Earth 2, primarily Big Fry TV and Sid Alpha. He also makes repeated allusions to other YouTubers and how they will be approached, threatened, or otherwise negotiated with based on the lawsuit. But the main thing here, the really important thing, is that he claims, plain and simple, that Earth 2 is going to try and wipe Sid Alpha and Big Fry TV off of the digital map. The lawsuit will try to get their social media taken down. It will try to bleed them dry in court on accusations of harassment, defamation, and whatever else they can think of, it seems, because apparently this project is such garbage, they simply cannot handle the reality of YouTubers giving their opinion on what appears to be a scam. Here's a bit of the recording, mashed up together. Now, keep in mind, Various Benson is almost certainly a pathological liar. I'm not a doctor, keep that in mind, but from everything he has done and said, chronicled by Big Fry and Sid Alpha on their own channels, he is someone who compulsively lies on almost every single topic ever. So we don't know for a fact that this is true, even, but Earth 2 absolutely did just hire him officially, and now his community manager from a previous development studio leaked the conversation.
Yeah, and because obviously in the videos he's like Tanner Rosankovic is a scammer, shitty dev, and it goes under that TOS violation. So what they're doing, instead of me just going ahead and chucking a privacy report and getting all the videos taken down,
Yeah.
Shane, the CEO, he's got his law firm getting a big case together, and he's instead of using the user interface, like just clicking report, selecting what it is, he's getting the law firm to send an email directly to YouTube with a cease and desist order.
Yeah.
So that will make YouTube, take it down instantly because obviously they're not going to protect these people because it's a law suit with a law firm. And also Shane is also going ahead and doing defamation lawsuits on his own thing, against Big Fry. So that will mean that Big Fry, Sid Alpha, and yeah, Big Fry and Sid Alpha, their Twitter and Discord servers and YouTube channels will all be taken down. And Shane's ridiculous. He's got like 50. He already told me he's willing to put 3 to 4 million in. So he's like, Big Fry doesn't have that type of money. We've done our research on him, and he doesn't. Well, I don't. There's no way we can really get his Twitch banned, but because his Discord, Twitter, and YouTube will be banned, have no way of really telling people that he's live. So he won't really.
Wait, did you say Discord will too?
Yeah, his Discord server will get banned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he have no way of really communicating with his fans and he'll die. He'll die off real quick because there's no way for him to do anything. He can't post on Twitter. He can't post on his Discord server because it won't be there. He can't post YouTube videos. It's already been submitted. The lawyer's looking at getting everything together formally.
Yeah, and then
Takes a bit of time and a bit of money, so it's
well, no
a bit of a process.
So
Yeah,
right.
we got the co-founder of Oculus Rift is on the team. So we got some big boys on there.
So, a few things. One, we can see the same lie being told now as was told weeks ago when the community wasn't at war, their words, not mine, with YouTubers. And that lie is that the co-founder of Oculus is involved with the project. No. Categorical no. Dylan So was brought on as an employee to help with the marketing in Korea. That's it. He's not the co-founder of anything, especially not Oculus. And the community's repeated and incorrect classification to the contrary is shameful and incorrect. 2, if we assume Various Benson is telling the truth or something remotely close to it, the CEO of this project is devoting millions of dollars towards suing a couple of YouTubers. As a community, Earth-2 fans repeatedly explain the current business model as early funding, kind of like Kickstarter. They say that the method is to get investments from the community and then use that money to build the metaverse. You get in early and you get paid back, and it's kind of like Kickstarter. You fund something that you're enthusiastic. It's really stupid. But Various Benson directly states that all the money that is onboarded for player-to-player market transactions isn't being spent. Trying to make it seem more credible, I assume that they won't run into a severe liquidity problem, which in my opinion they most likely will, which would directly contradict everything else. Because if all the money is there, they can't build or afford anything. And if it isn't there, the CEO is using millions from it to sue a couple of YouTubers. That's the project people want to support? I'm going to put the full audio recording in like a Dropbox folder or something like that and post the link in the description. Actually, maybe it's on YouTube already and I can just put a link to that. But either way, in the description is the full audio. It's out there now in multiple places. I'm not the first one to get to this, and I wasn't the one who actually recorded it, so I know for a fact that this video is not violating any laws. But even still, his claim is that by simply posting DMs, YouTubers are breaking TOS. That because he is underage, and I guess he really is, which means this kid is basically now tied to Earth-2, who chose to hire him during a media shitstorm. So great job on that one, guys. And because he is underage, there's a whole bunch more legal repercussions for exposing his lies. Plus, he says point blank that they want to destroy Big Fry's career. The idea is to get all of his social media profiles banned so he cannot communicate with the online world and his previous audience. They aren't trying to take the individual videos down anymore, even though they were in the past, I guess, allegedly. They're trying to get his Twitter, Discord, and YouTube channel completely deleted, and then use that deletion as a bludgeon to get other YouTubers to delete their own criticism out of fear. It might actually be, if true, the biggest example of systemic YouTube policy abuse I have ever seen on the platform, or at least the biggest attempt at it. Straight up, Various Benson claims that a law firm has been contracted by Earth-2, the CEO is funding it with millions of dollars, there are accusations of viewbotting that will be included in the lawsuit, defamation, privacy, and one of his genuine core pillars here, I'm not even kidding, is that you aren't even allowed to screenshot a Discord message and then show it to people. No joke, that's the premise. This is the death of Earth-2. It's either true, and the company is about to wreck itself on the collective anger of a much larger YouTube community than they ever thought possible. No one likes this kind of stuff. Don't abuse the system to silence opinions you don't like. That's very shameful and idiotic. Or it's not true, and they have an actual developer out here claiming the CEO is spearheading a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against a few opinions he doesn't like. That doesn't shake out in any other way than colossal failure for your project. The wider Earth-2 community has only increased their vigor with false privacy and defamation complaints as of late, targeting practically everything that Big Fry and Sid Alpha have posted on the subject. And funnily enough, my own videos, or videos from creators like Moist Critical, are untouched. Why would that be? I'm not sure, but part of me thinks that for some ill-conceived reason, fans of Earth-2, and possibly even the CEO himself at this stage, perceive them to be an easier target. That perception is wrong. In fact, I would argue that the exact opposite is true. By picking a few creators and obviously abusing the legal system to hurt them deliberately, Earth-2 will cause a ripple effect that reverberates through the online world. Anyone who supports Big Fry and Sid Alpha, that's me in that category, and I might be incorporated into this alleged lawsuit myself at some stage, who knows, will jump in to lend their voices. Anyone who is against spurious legal abuse on YouTube, which is a lot of channels, I have to add that, it's a whole bunch of channels, will have a big reason to get involved and cover it. And then anyone who covers legal topics, which again encompasses a huge number of channels, will get bombarded with the topic by their own communities, meaning a further circle can be tapped. This will flat out kill the project if true. It won't be 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 people who see it. It will be millions. tens of millions. They will not see this as a noble pursuit by a group of upstanding developers. They will see this as a group of unproven, highly shady individuals who decided to try and suppress the critics rather than prove them wrong. If it's true, they would see a project that crowdfunds, sort of, and then uses millions of that funding, intended for actual development of the project, to attack a few YouTube creators instead of putting those millions into making the actual hardware, software, everything better. And they would see a project that hires proven scammers smack dab in the middle of a PR nightmare. That new hire turns right around to brag about their lawsuit, or, even if none of it is true, turns right around to lie about the company's intentions and the CEO's actions in a way that would by itself absolutely damage them. It already has. The claim is that this lawsuit is already submitted. The lawyers are working on it and the ball is in motion. I will lend everything I possibly can to the fight against it should the lawsuit turn out to be real. I will back Big Fry TV, Sid Alpha, anyone else involved, and myself, to be honest, because if these claims are true, I will get lumped in eventually. Sure as shit. Because the absurdity of this entire situation needs to be forcefully put down with malice and prejudice. Another thing I didn't even think of till scripting all this is that if the thing is real, if the lawsuit is real, that means legal proceedings could enter search and discovery. If it's not a bluff and the line gets drawn, which it certainly will be from our end, there would be a scenario in which lawyers obtain information on the company as everything unfolds. And if it's not a bluff, that means they really are using millions of dollars to sue critics, and their entire reputation gets eviscerated in the trial in perpetuity. It might already be the death of Earth 2 simply because they hired Various Benson and he said all of this. But if it's actually true, which I honestly don't know because it's so absurd, but if it's actually true, the platform isn't just dead, it's running through the streets soaked in kerosene with tiki torches in both hands trying to stab itself in the eye. If it goes further, I'll be holding an art competition, I think. I thought about this for a little bit before scripting the video. An art competition to create a flaming planet Earth graphic, and then selling shirts of it to help fund whatever is needed to make sure this gets pushed all the way to completion. There's already case law for this, honestly, in a way, but maybe we need to set a little bit more case law. Earth 2 is reaping the fruits of their actions. Multiple of the games, and I say game in such a sarcastic way because it's not a game, and it will not become like Ready Player One or The Matrix. Dear Lord. But multiple of the game's influencers have already turned tail and started deleting their social media. That's not the behavior of a community that is rock solid on their groundbreaking vision. It's indicative of a cesspool and shows that the House of Cards is collapsing. But that's it. I said I was done, and then I wasn't. But to be fair, I think this was damn worthy of coverage. If you want to support, links down below in the description. You can watch on Odyssey, which is a YouTube platform alternative. Also Locals, $5 a month. It's kind of like Patreon to help me make content like this. There are links to some other YouTubers to check out, merch, social media, and that Flaming Earth shirt, hopefully soon, once I have the right graphic or held the competition or whatever. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.